This is a Ruger Mark III. Normally, with handguns, when you release the magazine, it will literally fall out of the gun. The Ruger Mark III doesn't do that. Okay, it has what's called a magazine disconnect. So when you release the magazine, you have to then pull it out. Now, personally, this feature doesn't bother me. I don't care. I'm fine with it. There are a lot of people that don't like that, and they want to get rid of it. There's a conversion you can make. Just look up magazine disconnect, and you'll find a bunch of stuff explaining to you how to do it. Basically, it involves with you having to take parts out of the gun and replace them with different parts. Now, there are a lot of people who will be uncomfortable with that. They're uncomfortable with taking apart their gun, and they're especially uncomfortable about removing parts of the gun and replacing it with different parts. Well, there's another way, okay? And you don't have to change one thing on the gun. What changed? Well, Ruger Mark III. These magazines are for a Ruger Mark II. Now, I found this out completely on accident. I bought these by mistake. I bought these online thinking they were for the Mark III. And when the magazine started falling out, I just started looking at them, and then I realized what the difference was that right there. Right there. That little hole, it's not on the Ruger Mark II. That was the only difference. So I was like, oh crap, okay, I found that out completely by accident. So without having to remove the magazine disconnect, without having to change things out of the gun, using a Ruger Mark II magazine will allow it to fall right out. Now, it's not perfect. Sometimes it will still kind of get stuck and I have to pull it out again, but I mean, it actually works, And so if the only difference between these two magazines are that hole and this little part of the metal that is popping out, could I essentially maybe smash that down and then have it work? Yes. Again, not perfect, but oh, see right there, it kind of didn't work this time. Let's see. There it goes. I grabbed a file and just started filing down that little bump part, and I tried gently tapping it with a hammer or something. This magazine cost me $17, so I didn't care if I destroyed it. But it worked, so if you're afraid of, changing the parts out of this thing so that you can make the magazine fall out, if you have a Ruger Mark III, get magazines for a Ruger Mark II. And so far, it's been working. So I found it out completely by accident, but yeah. So hopefully that is good and useful information for you guys.